Bojo, anin. Dremagnitak ni Gaani, okay. In indigo, kinyo do tem sagi donji. I want to keep with the spirit, that began or brought us together, to come together and be the people that we really are. Because it shows what I have seen, and being asked to be a witness in this gathering. I can see the dedication, the resilience, and the passion of finding our way back home as a people. I visit so many of our communities across the land, and we see the impact of the disconnect, that colonization has brought into our environments. And one of the things I see very clearly, that there's a lot of loneliness in the communities. There's a lot of grieving that's going on. And I've thought about that. And I began to realize that what our people are lonely for and what they're grieving about is they want to go back to the land. That's where they want to go. Because that is where life is. That is where the truth is, that we're all looking for. And I want to acknowledge the spirit that was invoked through ceremony. And I want to say to the Spirit, I want to say to the Creator, I want to say to the Spirit of Mother Earth, I want to say to the grandfathers of the four directions, Kinanakuminanim, thank you. Whenever I use my language and I say Kinanakumin, that does not come from my mind. It comes from my heart of the deepness that I feel for the love of the presence of Spirit that comes to guide us and to inspire us, to do the right things. We have to move beyond always trying to, get involved in conflict and confrontation. And we have to stand for something that is positive. We have to be able to stand up and to allow ourselves to be open to the Spirit that is there to guide us, to be the people that we are. I always remember a law that has come from our sacred lodges, that I believe that this has to be the foundation of our movement. And this law in our language, we say, the great binding law of the Creator should be the foundation of how we should proceed, in the work that we need to do. And I've noticed, in the gathering that there is a lot of diversity in terms of opinion and ways and means that we see, that we can move forward as a people. But let me say this, that we should never allow ourselves, to become separated or divided because we happen to have these different thoughts or different ways of doing things. Because at the end of the day, if we invoke the Spirit, to guide us, they will lead us to the right things that need to be done. And I felt so much, with the ceremony that was done by our people from this area, because there's uniqueness across the country, even amongst our people. And if you begin to participate in that uniqueness amongst our own nations, you begin to see what a beautiful people that we are. The richness of the knowledge and the passion that we have for life. The passion that we have for our children. And the passion that we have for the land. Because we know in our heart that whatever we're looking for, that we call life, is found on the land. And I've heard so many stories of the many different efforts that are being made to take care of the earth. And we have to be careful when we're talking to our young people, when we talk about protection of the land. We're not talking physical confrontation. How do we protect the land? We join an alliance with the Spirit, to guide us on the things that we need to do. in order to take care of the land. We must never overstep the Spirit in terms of finding resolution, vision that will guide us to the proper path. There's so much to be thankful for. So much. Some of the people that I met and shared some words with, I could feel that kindness that is so common in our people. We are a kind people. You know what? I'm always so proud of our people is that we know how to give and we know how to share. If you look at the current reality of the land base that we're expected to survive is less than 1% of the land base that our ancestors, were taking care of. But I also believe in prophecy, that land is going to come back to us. I totally believe that. Because we need to show the people, our brothers and sisters that have arrived on our homeland, that there are rules of conduct that are universal in all of us on how to take care of the land. And we have to be very careful, as a people, that we do not continue to go cap in hand with the colonizer, expecting them to give us the resources. The Spirit will bring it back to us, whatever we need, as we define the vision on how to restore ourselves as a people. I learned something when I had a vision many years ago, when a vision of this beautiful place that we work out of today called the Turtle Lodge. And I was guided by the elders to go to the land, to sit on the land, to feel the land, to cry on the land, and ask the Creator for a dream. Help me. Because a dream will define your purpose and your meaning in life. This is where the effort should be put with our children, to take our young boys to the land so that they can feel the land and reach out to the Creator and say, give me a vision that will define my purpose and meaning to be a human being. And to take the young girls back to the sacred lodges of the grandmothers that teach them about their duty and responsibility in being a mother. We all have to take care of that life. Man has still yet to understand this very simple truth, that Mother Earth is alive. And she is full of love. And we as a people have always reciprocated that love that the earth has given us by offering simple words of gratitude, saying thank you, Mother Earth. And the laws that we need to follow, never take more from the land than what you need. And to live with the truth and understanding what you do to the land, you do to yourself. We're becoming sick. The animals are sick. The fish are sick because of us and the way that we have behaved and not knowing that the land is alive. Would you do that to your own mother? Would you poison your own mother? I think not. But why do we do it to the earth? Because we're disconnected from the earth. We're disconnected from the life force that is there to give us life. When we talk about protection of the land, I see it in a different way. I say, let us teach our children, and I mean all children. I'm not only talking about First Nations children. If I had the power today, I would take all the young boys that have reached the stage of puberty and take them to the land, and I guarantee you the world will change. You will not see what you see today in the political environment and these legislations as men are behaving in a way that does not show respect for life, does not show respect for woman. We see it every day. We need to take our children to the land. And let me say this, it doesn't take money to walk on the land. It does not take money to go and sit beside the river, the lake, the ocean, and to sit in the mountains, to ask and for that Spirit to give us the strength and the courage to be able to do the right thing. I was so touched with the movie when the father took his son to be with the bear. That to me just filled my heart. Because that's what I believe we need to do. We need to take our children to go and be with nature, to go and see and feel those animals as they teach us. Because the animals are more than prepared to help us. Back where I come from, there are 7 laws that we are inspired to live by, which is the foundation of life itself. I'll just give you one because we don't have the time, because I think it's important. The first law we were given was held and carried by the buffalo. What did the buffalo carry? The buffalo carried the spirit of respect. And the essence of respect is how to give. I remember going into a meeting one time, and the CEO of Manitoba Hydro, and I was asked, I said, go and talk to them, because we were trying to find some help and resources to put the gathering of elders. And the CEO said to me, well, how much do you want? I said, I didn't come here to come and ask you for money. I came here to give you an opportunity to give. That's what I came here for. And that's what we need to do with the people of the world. Give them an opportunity to give. Do not go cap in hand with anybody or seek validation from anybody that may have the resources that we feel that we need. Because ultimately, the Creator will give us everything that we need in order to fulfill the dreams that each of us may have. We have a collective vision as a people. And that is to create a world that is peaceful, that is sharing and giving. We need to bring that spirit back. When I had breakfast this morning with Frank, and we talked about this whole powerful spirit of giving and the potlatch, and we have the similar ceremony back home where we're constantly giving so that we never forget the power of giving. That is how you get life back, by giving. But we live in a selfish world, and we've forgotten how to give. All these challenges we have. And I heard something yesterday that I really enjoyed hearing, and it was said in the most simple way. Let us put our moccasins and walk on the land again. That's a powerful statement, that to walk on the earth again. Using the moccasins, which is a very powerful way of saying things. And I heard another, and I always look for these one-liners that I could take with me wherever I go. I love some of these one-liners. As one individual said, we have the capacity as a people to set our own course. That sets it all. We have the capacity to be able to set our own course. And you know what? A lot of people say, well, we're a minority in our homeland. And I say we are not a minority in our homeland, because we have an alliance with nature, that the trees are our brothers and they walk with us. We have an alliance with the fish and they swim with us. We have an alliance with the eagles, the birds that are there to carry our message to the Creator. What a powerful way of life. Why do we always minimize ourselves by taking it down to a level that is not of our understanding as a people? When I tried to fulfill my dream of building a lodge, I made a big mistake. I chased the money and I met some very wealthy people. I met a lot of famous people, and I was trying to encourage them to give me money to build a lodge. It never happened. I came home and I said, I have to go to ceremony and tell the Creator, I must have passed by someone that you really wanted to choose to build this lodge, but I can't do it. Then I went into a fast, and the Spirit says to me, why are you not building the lodge? And I responded, because I don't have any money. And the Spirit said, did your ancestors need money before they built their lodges? Did your people need money to survive? And of course, the answer was no. And they said, well, what are you waiting for? We built the lodge. Without the money, that I thought we needed, that came naturally. A vision will happen if you have faith and believe in it. If you need money, that'll come. It'll come to you. But the most important part of it was the human resources that are needed, that believe in your dream that comes from a higher power. That's what we need to teach our children, to believe in themselves, to love themselves, to empower them by taking full responsibility that we have been given by the Creator, and to teach our children about all the good things in life, because there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things. And if you go to the land, that is where you're going to really feel the good things that nature has to offer. Mother Earth is waiting for us and has always been there for us to teach us. We have to create that kind of support for our children. Create our own institutions, whatever that is. But it has to be led by us, in alliance with the Spirit, guided by the Spirit. And we will teach the world. We will teach the world about how sacred that all life is. And we will share with them the rules of conduct and the laws that should be the foundation of how we should be treating each other as human beings. I want to thank the people that put all this effort to bring us together, because a lot of work is done. A lot of people are needed. And certainly, being one of the members of ILI, I know that our role is to offer advice. I didn't see myself coming into this, to be administering anything or managing anything. I've done that already in my younger life. I enjoy my role more in offering guidance. Guidance that we cannot impose on anyone, but rather, hopefully, that people will be inspired by some of the things that we say. I've been meeting with some of the members of, the ILI, and, we talk about bigger dreams. Where are we going to take this now? What are we going to do? And certainly the number one issue that seems to be facing our world today is climate change. And we're going to put a lot of effort into that, whatever that's going to take, in order to address that whole issue of climate change, which is everything. It's everything. But we have to unconditionally support the people that are putting all these efforts in creating an initiative like the guardianship, that we're there to help you. We're there to do whatever we can. So we have a lot of work that we need to do. Let us never find ourselves to be divided because we may have different approaches. Let us never, ever reach that point. Because if we reach that point of not being able to work together, then we will have failed in what the Creators expect from each of us. And that is to be able to work together. I just want to say a final prayer in my language to the Spirit, for everything that we have been blessed with in this short time that we've been able together. And in prayer also ask for each and every one of you to find your way back home in a safe way, that you are all, your children, your grandchildren, be given all the love, because of, many of you have sacrificed your time to be here. And your children, at home, they want you. They want to be with their grandparents. They want to be with their aunt and their uncle. So let us think about them. Chikanamago at the Benonji, Uganene Minup Badisivan, Ani giving Chayat, Miwe Minup Madisivan. Miguach Gandana cannot be Madizikumaga and a Kitamat, which Kenina went to Chimamo Bihang, Chigego Anish, Bego P, Mamo with Anishinabe, Egelwaited, Gavin, Miigwech Majiziwit. And finally, I want to thank Frank and his wife, Kathy. I see the work that you do. I see your dedication. And thank you for giving me this honor that you gave me to be a witness here in this gathering. Miigwech, thank you.